Welcome back to Outpost 6. In today's session, we're going to be covering the Module 4 on immigration urbanization. And this unit is really, about, well, obviously immigration and urbanization, but what I want to say is that this country was founded on immigrants. And this is, unlike so many other places in the world, a country that has been made strong because of all different people, all different races, all different people from every walk of life coming to this country and trying to fulfill the American dream. So you have a couple different options on this unit. The first one is just to complete the regular work, but I specifically want to go over your second choice here. So you can either choose to do the regular test or you can choose to do a family tree project. And the EQ will be slightly different based off of this project, but it's very similar to the book essential question. And it is, has there been a positive or negative impact from your family immigrating to the United States? And essentially what you're going to do is I'm going to create a video or a short lecture that covers the book work. I'm going to give you a very short quiz on that, and then I'm going to let you actually work on your own family tree, keeping the essential question in mind. And so I'll go over the rubric real quick. So number one, you're shooting for 4 generations deep on this family tree. So that would mean your siblings, your parents, your grandparents, and your great-grandparents. And hopefully you can go farther than that, but that should really be what you're shooting for at minimum. You can also include, I've put in here, aunts and uncles and cousins to kind of fill out the width of the tree, but you're really trying to see how far back you can go. And if you have access to Ancestry.com, this would be a great project if this is something you're really interested. There's a free trial, so you could use it for a couple weeks and then just cancel the trial. So that's number one. Number two, you're going to create a summary paragraph for each living relative that you do put on your tree. So you're going to put their full name, and that includes their middle name if they have one, date and location of birth, because as you're finding here, if you try Ancestry.com, which I'll show you in just a second, a lot of times you're missing a lot of information, and so you're almost being like a detective or a history sleuth here, and giving as much information will help future generations. You need to list the cities, states, or countries that they've lived in. How about a skill or education, their profession, their passions and hobbies or hobbies? What would they want their ancestors to know about them? So this is just a quick paragraph. You're trying to create a sense that in 200 years, if you have this information, that one of your ancestors can get to better know what these relatives, what their life was like in the 21st century. And then coming back to the essential question, has there been a positive or negative impact from your family immigrating to the US? And then pictures of your relatives, maybe a baby picture, someone when they're a kid, a teenager. If they're an adult or they're like a grandparent, you want to try and capture them on every stage. And really, if you're just doing this project to do the bare minimum, that's too bad. This is something that has something to do specifically about your family. So the more detailed you get, obviously I don't want you to get too crazy on this because you'll need to move on to other projects or chapters. But this is for you. This is for future generations. All right, so you're also going to have a 1-page self-summary. So in 200 years, somebody could read your summary of yourself and have a better understanding of great-great-great-great-grandfather Joe or Adam or Jose or whatever your name is. Your great-great-great-grandchildren could potentially know who you were just a little bit better. And then finally, you're going to have a 2 to 4 minute presentation post to social media, and I don't really care what social media it is. It can be YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. But you're going to show your tree, cover your members, and then highlight why you thought this project was important, and if your relatives were glad, or you're glad that you're in the United States, or if you would have rather stayed in your home country, or you wish your relatives would have stayed in Germany, or I don't know, China or Mexico or Spain. This is a project for you, all right? And this is something that I think you'll enjoy. And I'm just going to show you a quick example. Look at this, is Ancestry.com. In preparation to do this project for you guys, I started looking at my family tree. So I've got my kids, Mrs. Nelson, and you can see I've just started this. So I've got a couple of pictures in, and then also, depending on what line that you're going to travel up or down on, I've got, there's my great grandparents right here, and they actually still have pictures of them. This is my great grandparent who I never met. And if you keep scrolling through this, especially on Ancestry.com, there's so many good references. And the more information you know, the easier it is to find these relatives. That's why in your summaries, I'm posting the information, or I listed the information that would make things easier. But these go crazy. I can go back and forth on all these different lines, and go back. I think, let's see here. Sorry, this is rambling just slightly now, but I'm going to show how far you can get back here. I found my great grandmother's side here. I was able to go quite a ways back. So I have a relative who fought in the Civil War. I mean, that's an actual picture. I've never seen this person before, but he's a great grandfather. And going back all the way, I've got relatives all the way back into the early 1700s. So this is a fun project for you to better understand not only yourself, but also your family and where you come from. And like I said, I want this project to be something that's fun and engaging for you. And this is really an opportunity for you to, if your family has never done this before, to kind of leave a mark and then pass this on to future generations. So I hope this helps, and we're out of here. Peace.